Another day, another dollar. You know how I grind. It's another episode of the Easy Corner. My guests, one of the best wide receivers in the state of Texas, playing for one of the best teams in the state of Texas. They're looking to do big things this year. Let's just say they're looking to make it in December to that Jerry World. I got Baylor commit, Shadow Creek's own 2025, Mr. Ashton Jones, man. How you doing today?
Doing good.
Man, I appreciate you coming out here, even on a bad weather day.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man, coming out here. So, honestly, Ashton, man, just kind of, man, matter of fact, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, coming up like season, basketball season, coming into the transition to the off season, just taking it day by day.
Just talk about, just talk about kind of a routine. Like what's a typical day for Ashton Jones? Because obviously you just kind of just mentioned right now that you're a three sports athlete. So like mention your routine and also the recovery process.
For sure. A routine to go like this. So like in the morning, probably wake up around like 7:30, get to the school by like 8. We get a little run lift in there, probably go get some food after that. Hit another one, probably around like 11, We got to hoop throughout the day. So probably go hit the gym right after that. Then probably chill after that, just see what little extra work after that, probably later in the day. Probably chill with the family, play the game, just chill, like cool little day,
Talk about yourself. Like let's go transition way back. Obviously, you're an athlete, but we know that in the end, like you're committed to Baylor to play football. Just talk about the beginning stages of your athletic career.
For sure. So like as y'all know, I got a big brother that played basketball. So,
Sean Jones,
yeah.
shout out Sean,
Fact.
Mississippi State
Yeah,
guard, big guard like he'll call himself.
Fact. So like everybody probably thought I was gonna play basketball growing up. I've been playing basketball. Probably see me on a bunch of AAU teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been playing basketball a lot. Like nobody thought I was gonna play football. So I just took off coming into the high school. It just that transition from a basketball player to a football was like butter. We just got to it.
You mentioned yourself as a football player, but the thing about it is, I still hear this love for basketball.
Yeah.
What does kind of basketball do for you? Because like you said, like a part of your routine list, I got to get a game of basketball in, and you're locking into football season.
Yeah.
So just talk about what does the game of basketball mean to you?
Game of basketball just means like everything, like when you can jump high and run fast, it's like second nature, like it's just come with it. So like playing basketball just bring me that spark. It's like competitive. You going at it, like it's one ball, one hoop. You know what I'm saying? First one to score. So like it's just like a competitive game, fun game. That's why I just will always play it.
You talk about your family. Obviously, your brother Sean Jones. Like I just said, he's one of the best people that I've known in this basketball realm. He actually is one of the pillars that actually got Easy Corner started. If it wasn't for guys like him, I don't know if the Easy Corner would still be up and running. Talk about the competitiveness of your brother and how you guys are like similar, but also talk about the differences.
So how we're similar, like that competitive nature is always going to be
Yes.
stamped in us. It's that dog mentality that our pops instilled into us from since 6 years old, playing with the Hurricanes, playing Little League football. It's just been there. And competitive, like we just, we both want to get our moms to crib. It's the first one to do it. So we just like, it's like a win-win situation when you got two people that can go in there, work hard every day, and just get the job done on a daily basis.
You talk about pops. Obviously, when you talk about pops, you got to talk about moms too.
Facts.
Talk about the instilled values, just not in athletics, just the person that you are today. Well, both of you guys are, but just more so you.
Yeah.
Just talk about the values your parents instilled in you.
Yeah, so my mom really like put it in us, to be like be us. We don't gotta fit in. We don't have to be like everybody else. Our work ethic, match our prayer, it's gonna all take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? So that's all she instilled us. Trust God, trust the process, and just keep going every day.
The one thing that I can say about you is one thing is when you've endured a big glow up.
For sure.
As far as like you playing football, you getting these Division I offers, but you're still able, but you're still still staying the same. Like
sure.
you don't let it really get too big headed because like the way I see it, like I told my producer a story how I met Ashton was on some fluke stuff. We went to main event when he was in 8th grade with a guard named Brian Fernandez, and that guy till this day is still one of your best friends.
Yeah, one of
just talk about the loyalty that you still show to guys, even though that you over the last couple of years you've been one of the best the best recruits.
For sure, like I started in the exact same position that every other kid started in. You know, there's no difference between me that I got a scholarship and he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? We both lace our shoes up the same way. That's what I instill in Brian, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably don't got a scholarship, but he knows, like, the way our work at, like, you know what I'm saying? The way we work, it's gonna pay off. There has no choice but not to pay off. You know what I'm saying? So we just continue to just stay down. You know what I'm saying? Pick others up that's down. You know what I'm saying? Just be me.
I want to kind of transition back to Little League. Like, obviously, there's a lot of classic stories that I've heard from Little League, and from, like you said, with the Hurricanes. Obviously, in Missouri City, it's the Cobras and the Stallions and everybody else. So just talk about those experiences in Little Leagues, because that's where a lot of these athletes shape from. So just talk about your Little League experience.
My Little League experience was great. That's just how I started. I started playing football as a center. I was on the O-line, literally. That's how I started. I went from O-line to running back to linebacker. I literally played everything Little League. So it just really opened my mind. So coming into junior high, I was like an open mind coming out of Little League. I was playing every position. It was just fun, Like, I was shaped by my coach, Coach Ernie. We still tight, and his son Luca goes to Pearland. Like, it was just a fan. Like, I love Little League. Little League was probably the funnest time playing football.
What about it made it so fun? Like, was it the learning process, or just more like you're a kid and it's just almost carefree? Like,
it was the thing that made it fun. It was like it was no wrong answer playing Little League. You know what I'm saying? Like, and playing in high school, you know what I'm saying? Everything matters. A lot, from alignment to the play, everything matters. And Little League, it was like
the fastest
go out
dude
there
with the ball. Like, it's gonna be the quarterback.
Facts. We gotta get the fastest person the ball.
Can you tell? Like, as of now, obviously in Little League, is there like certain players that like you kind of just grew up with, and now you just looking at them like honestly, you really say this is the end? Like, is there somebody that you've been playing since Little League up to now, and just like, oh, this is my last year probably going at him?
I've been playing against Chase Davis at Dawson. I think that's Chase Davis. He played with the Pearland Texans.
Okay.
And they were always in our league. And I think he got a couple offers, Louisville, UCF. Yeah. So I've been playing against him for a minute, and that Dawson Shadow Creek game always gonna be fun. So this will be the last year I'll play against him. So that'll probably be dope. I just seen him a couple of days ago at a 7-on-7 tournament, and that's crazy that we've been playing against each other since Little League.
But then also I want to go on the other note, it's just like you gain friendships for years.
Right.
Can you name some of those guys, like, as far as Little League, that you kind of still friends with till this day?
Who I played against. I played against a bunch of people. Did Devin play for the Stingrays? I think Devin Sanchez played for the Stingrays. Okay. That's a kid that's one of the top players in the city right now that I played against in Little League. I think he played for the Stingrays. Who else? It's another dude, Jarvis. He at Iowa College. He played safety. We've been playing together for the longest. Who's another player? It's just a bunch of players. Like Raiden, he's a linebacker at Angleton. It's just a bunch of players that I played with. A couple players that's in college now, like Pitt. He Alabama State University. He go there. It's another couple guys that played on the Hurricanes. I think Hemp played for the Hurricanes. He going to Texas Tech. Okay. So it's a bunch of guys. So.
Junior high days. No, Ryan, talk about those days. Like, talk about junior high as just athletic, from like basketball to football to track. You're probably still that 3-sport athlete then. Just talk about that, man.
So junior high, I think I played soccer too. I play every.
What position in soccer?
I think I play goalie in soccer.
I knew it. I said at this point. I said Ashton for to say he played goalie.
I played goalie in soccer. just playing everything like in junior high. I had like a lot of coaches. They knew my brother coming in, so they knew me coming right after him that I was gonna be like probably the same type of athlete that he is. So just coming in, playing everything. I played receiver there, quarterback there. I played defense there. It was just fun in high school, growing, get to know my teammates. That's actually how I met Jacory at Nolan Ryan. We first met there. I think we're the only two still standing from that team that's in high school together. It's a bunch of people left and stuff like that. So we probably the last two from that team.
So basically, you just like almost Pearland bred, like
fact,
raised in Pearland. So
Yeah.
obviously, you move on to Shadow Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the legendary Coach Butler, who's retired now, is a new coach in. Talk about your. But before we kind of go into obviously this season and last season, talk about your transition going into junior high to high school. Like when you first get there, and obviously we know. You were there when Sean was there. Like, that was his senior year?
That was his senior
year.
year.
Just talking about you trying to actually live up billing to the Jones name because obviously he was doing it in a different sport, but you created your pathway. But we all know in Shadow Creek, Sean Jones is one of the biggest names that ever walked through there.
Yeah. So really just coming in, like, I knew he was, like, a good player, but, like, when you see it every day, like, walking through the halls, everything, like, he was just – like a name that he had to live up to. And of course, if my last name is Jones, I got to live up to the same thing. So just coming in, playing freshman football, just trying to figure it out, just trying to see which position I had to play. I played quarterback and receiver that year. At the end of the year, going into playoffs, I moved back to receiver. That's where I stamped it, just at receiver. I got to it, like, start.
What about quarterback?
Yeah.
Like that? Who were you as a quarterback? Like, just talk about that because there's a lot of guys that real athletic and stuff like that. So so did you see yourself playing quarterback in the long term, or did you eventually know it was going to be the switch to receiver?
Like if you ever see me at practice, I'm in there doing quarterback drill. Like I just love like quarterback. Quarterback is like the captain of the team. So like I just love like when I played quarterback, I just felt like that I just felt that peace.
Yeah.
So just playing that, like I knew I was gonna have to like I was getting taller. So like I was like, okay, so I'm getting taller. I know they're probably gonna switch me either to cornerback or receiver or tight end. You know what I'm saying? So receiver's making money, so we finna go play receiver. So we got to it as the receiver, and we didn't look back.
So okay, now obviously you're a receiver. Sophomore year, like you're officially stamped on varsity.
Yeah.
Talk about. A lot of people don't really kind of describe because 2 years ago you're in middle school. Then you play freshman, so you initially been playing kids your age your whole life. Now it's starting to become different. You're playing guys that are 2 years older than you, guys that are 18-year-old men. What is not only the physical mindset, but what is the mental mindset? Because the hit is gonna be a little different.
Yeah, the hit for sure. So coming into my first year on varsity, so I had a injury. That freshman year spring, coming into my sophomore year, I had an injury in my wrist that set me out the whole summer. I didn't get to attend I think it was like the third practice, fourth practice. So I really didn't have no summer. I was in a cast the whole summer, whole arm in the cast the whole summer. A lot of people don't know that. Only probably my teammates really know that, And that really like took me like a few steps back. It had me realize like I was told I wasn't gonna play football again, and I had this injury. So when I came back, it was like, boom, a season right in front of me. Like when I got cleared, I played that next week. That's how it was. Like
So sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore year.
So because obviously like you said, you take the hit and you break your wrist, but then all of a sudden, like you said, you're coming back the next week. What was the mental and physical preparation leading to the week to come back? Because like I just said, it's almost like you played freshman, but hadn't even played a snap on varsity.
Exactly.
So this is almost your first official game in almost like 6 weeks,
Right.
maybe
Nah,
6
maybe
months.
6
So
months.
what's the rehab like?
Like I was rehabbing probably. So from the day I hurt my wrist, I think I had surgery probably a week later, and I had another surgery 2 months prior to get like the tools taken, like the screws taken out basically. So probably around August, it's getting close to like the scrimmage. I'm missing out scrimmages, practices, 7-on-7. I'm missing out on all that, So they tell me that I can get cleared like earlier, like I'm progressing earlier than I'm supposed to. that's where it just hit me. You know what I'm saying? I got to get back. I got to get back. It's now or never. Sophomore year counts for sure.
I would say this as a guy that has been that's been watching the you know what's it called, like, you know, when players don't play, we look like it's almost like the sit down era. For you to, and you have 2 more years. You know, most guys are thinking of it as almost a business. Well, I got 2 more years, I'll be all right. What drove you to say, oh no, it's time for me to play. I'm good.
Yeah, see, so most people don't got like that older brother that seen it, like that been in the position. So I seen my brother's whole recruiting process. Like, it's like some mistakes, you know which mistakes not to make. You know which it's like good things that happen. So like my brother, it started sophomore year. It started freshman year, but he hit the gas like sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like, I gotta go sophomore year. Like, this is the year I have to put something on in these coaches' face.
When you say that, and obviously we know, even coming off a wrist injury, you hadn't played. You're not 100%.
Yeah.
What is the conversation with your family saying, it's time for me to play? Brother, mom, and pops, when they sit down, what's the conversation?
My mom was totally against it. You know, she see my wrist, she was like, no, it's no way that you're gonna do all this rehab, you're gonna take it, you're gonna basically listen to the doctor. I couldn't wait no longer. I've been in the cast 6 months, Mom. You know, I got to get to it. So like, as soon as I got clear, it was just.
What's brothers and pops though?
My brother was like, you got to get on the field. Like, it's just like, you got to get on the field. I was like, I got you. I promise I'm gonna do whatever I can to get on the field. My brother, my dad was like, hey, when they feel better, it's time to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just got to get to it.
So obviously, like you said, 6 months, you play your sophomore year. What through that sophomore year, when did you feel like you kind of started getting your groove?
What is it? Probably like mid-season. I think my groove came that next spring, though. Next spring.
What about that next spring? Was it more like I'm mentally prepared? I took the hits. I'm probably 100% now.
Yeah.
So
I feel like this injury was probably the best thing that happened to me.
Wow.
It opened my eyes. Like, it was like it was like all of this can get taken away from you this quick. You know. And I was just in that 6 months. That was probably my lowest times, and I just
can you talk about that and elaborate a little more, because a lot of the thing about the easy corner, and I kind of want you to kind of say that a lot of guys are watching, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of trials and tribulations out there. So when you talk about the lowest point as an athlete that's hungry, an athlete that's waiting to go to Division I, like, just talk about like those lowest points and how did you get through those lowest points?
Well, like my lowest point was when the doctor told me I'll probably never play football again. That was probably the heartbreaker. Like, I had to sit with that information for probably like 48 hours, I think, was that, before I got some new information. But that right there was probably the lowest point. So like, once you realize that you can't take no play for granted, no workout for granted, no conversation for granted, like, everything has to mean something to you. You know, everything can get taken away in the blink of an eye. So like, I started looking that way, you know. So every practice now, coming into that spring, you know, I have played through that season. That season wasn't probably the best season, but it was a season that opened my eyes, you know, got my feet wet. I go into the spring just, I got like, it was just.
What's your preparation in the off season? Because the only reason why I have to ask you that, because we know that you probably transitioned to basketball after that.
Yeah.
So what's your preparation for football going into the spring, knowing that, you know, Shadow Creek, you know, in basketball, they not no slouches either. So, you know, you got to kind of transition back and forth. But obviously, the mental preparation for football, what is it like that transitioning into that sophomore spring?
Yeah, so coming into sophomore spring, like, I didn't get the experience the freshman spring. Our spring was probably like 3 days, 4 days. So I was hungry. I couldn't wait for spring. I was thinking about spring. The game we lost at U of H against Summer Creek. I was thinking about spring. I was like, I promise, as soon as I get my shot, it was like, we got to get it. Like, I got to get it for sure. Like, in spring, when I got there, it was just like before spring, leading up to spring, I was like, I switched my trainer. I started working with Deshae Milburn. Like, he just developed me to a whole different player coming into my sophomore or junior, going into my junior spring. And it was just, from there, I just went.
And then all of a sudden, we go into last season, your junior season. Talk about your junior season. Obviously, like, at quarterback.
Uh-huh.
A lot of great talent around you, but
Yeah.
just kind of for you to kind of assess your junior season on what happened a year ago. Just kind of just talk about like how do you think that you played to your standards and the whole team, Shadow Creek team played.
Uh, we didn't play like bad, but we didn't play like to our standards at all. Like we had a bunch of injuries. I think I played with was it 3 quarterbacks last year. I think I played with Chakori, Kobe played quarterback, even the freshman Carter, he plays safety now. I was playing with a few quarterbacks. It was just like a lot of stuff was going on last year. This year we got all that cleaned up with a new coaching staff, new quarterback, new. It's just much cleaner. Like a lot of schools literally don't know like what we got in store.
What is the biggest thing that you take away from a year ago? Because obviously, like I just said, Shadow Creek is usually known to be one of the football powerhouses, not only in the city but also in the state of Texas. So just talk about what is something that you take from a year ago that you need to kind of get the message for this season.
That last game for sure against Clear Springs, losing to Clear Springs was not. That's disrespectful.
And a lot of people picked you guys to win.
That was disrespectful. I feel like we can't take that this year. Like those type of games are got to be games we got to handle, and that game is probably a game we all look back and say like, we got to get past.
In this interview, I hear more of a mature and a different mindset. Obviously, this is your last year, 2025.
Sure.
Shadow Creek. It's a lot on the line here. Like I've said it on to Jones. I said this is a team that is destined to get somewhere further and reclaim their stake as one of the best teams in Texas. As one of the leaders and one of the driving forces to this team, what are you telling your teammates? Not just the receivers, but you've been at Shadow Creek for 4 years. This is probably going to get as talented as it gets.
Yes, yeah.
So what are you telling your teammates as a senior leader?
Just like you just said, like this is as talented as it get. That's what we preach. Like we gotta. If y'all say y'all want a team, we got the team. We needed a quarterback, we got the quarterback. We needed a coach, we got the coach. Like everything is in line for us to go to state. Now we got to do it. It take just us. That's it. That's all I tell them. It's us. We the only people that can stop us, literally.
Obviously, like you said, new quarterback, receiving core. I don't know if there's a receiving core better.
Yeah.
Like we really don't know. Like I just think defenses are gonna be. It's gonna be a different scenario. Obviously, I would say this. Just talk about the preparation going into the season. Is it laughs? Is it seriousness? Is it a combination of both? Like, what is the mood? Put us in the room. Like, what is the mood around Shadow Creek?
It's a hungry mood. Like we got last year we had probably one receiver coach. I think that was Coach Glapp. We got 4 receiver coaches this year. We got Coach Buller, Coach Glapp, Coach E, we got Coach Swain. We got a bunch of receiver coaches. Like it's just like they know we got the talent to do it. Like it's all in. Everything is in the pot right now. And I promise y'all gonna see it that first game against Summer Creek. Literally, trust me.
Summer Creek, game one.
Where at? Game one. I think it's there. I think it's there at Summer Creek.
Yeah. Okay. Talk about obviously the retirement of Coach Butler. Coach Butler is a state championship coach. Now it's a transition to another coach. Just talk about the transition and show love to your new coach.
Coach Green, that's my dog. That's everybody on the team dog. Like everybody rock with Coach Green. He's like a player coach. Like we've been around him. He caught the plays for us, so our offense loves him. Like it's just he got a good culture. He instilled this dog mentality from the O-line, from the kickers to the receivers to the cornerbacks to the DNs. Like it's just everybody around the field.
What's his conversation like coming into this year?
He want to win. He remember that game against Summer Creek at U of H. He remember that. He tell us we hear it every day, every workout, every lift. We hear about that game at Summer Creek when Summer Creek beat us at U of H 2 years ago. I think this year is gonna be different for sure. It's like Coach Green, he put it in us that it's gonna happen.
Obviously, the new quarterback in JoJo Stewart, one of my guys, a guy that I've respected. I've watched him grow since his freshman year. This is probably one of the best quarterbacks you've played with. Obviously, like I said, one of the best teams. What's the conversation like between receiver and quarterback?
He know like we ain't played long, but that connection already there between all four receivers though. That's what's scary. Like that's what's scary that he has a connection with all four receivers and his running backs, like and his O line. Like everybody, like we respect Joe. Like in the locker room, like he came in, he took over the role. He shows what he can do. He can ball. He can play.
I asked him in the interview, how does he get better? Because like I feel like a little bit I didn't see the best of JoJo. JoJo was always good and great, but like I just feel like some of the games when we watch Hightower play, obviously you had Payne in the backfield and let the defense erect JoJo. Just don't mess it up. How much responsibility are you guys putting on JoJo to kind of, because I told JoJo literally, I said, JoJo, you got to go win me some games. Like, go win me the game. Like I just think in Hightower, he played well. He was one of the best quarterbacks in his city. But in the end, when I see Jeremy Payne back there and that defense unleashing what they did, but now it's just time to JoJo, like, hey, okay. Like, hey, we down 3, we down 4. Go get a tutty, Joe. So how much responsibilities is on JoJo this year?
We want him to put the load on us. Like he got 4 receivers that are going to play at a high level next year in 2 years. Like it's just like all you gotta do is put the ball in the vicinity and just let us go get it. Like we gonna make plays. We just gotta trust. He knows he can trust us. All 4 receivers. He knows he can trust either one of us. When in doubt, look for my receivers. That's like, it's not look for Ashton, it's not look for Ja'Cory, it's not look for Chris, it's not look for Raheem. It's look for my receiver. Somebody's open. You know, like he knows like that my receiver's gonna be open. And when you know that you got a receiver core like that, it's like, what is there to worry about? You know?
Obviously, you and Ja'Cory Watson and Raheem, are y'all all 2025?
All
2020, because I know Chris is 2026. What's the conversation like in the receiver room? Because in the end, Ashton, it's only one ball. So, like, obviously we want to see the numbers, but what are you guys and each 4 of you guys willing to sacrifice? Like, because, like, we all know everybody is still young in this game. And everybody people look at numbers.
Right.
So like what do you guys kind of just talk amongst each other that there's only one ball. There are 4 guys that you said that are going Division 1. Facts. What do you tell them?
Coach, our offensive coordinator, Coach Glapp, he instilled out in us a lot. It's one ball. It's a lot of opportunities though. So like the ball is gonna get spread around. Everybody's gonna make plays. It's just like when the opportunity presents itself, is you gonna be ready? Like Prez says, and on the basketball team, when the opportunity presents itself, are you gonna be ready? And everybody has to be ready. And I'm sure all 4 of us are ready. Like we no beef. Like it's like no bad blood in the room. It's like everybody want to see each other win. Like we're all winning at the end of the day. Like so we just go out there and play. It's like a brotherhood. Like.
Can you talk about the differences in receivers within you, Ja'Cory and Raheem? Like, what do you say that you guys kind of do best?
We compete. Like every workout, every sprint, we just compete. Like, and then we talk about a lot of stuff. So like, our coaches probably don't know, but we talk about a lot of stuff. Whether it's plays, formations, like getting better. We work out together. Like it's just like that bond. Like it's just a little different this year, and a lot of people are gonna realize that soon.
But why? But what? Because this is the thing. I think, like, even on paper, seeing all 4 of you guys on one team, why does Shadow Creek kind of still take this underdog mentality? When I see 4 D1 receivers, I was like, there's no underdog. Like, you guys cannot hide that. So just talk about, like, what still makes Shadow Creek the underdog mentality with the talent that's going through there. Don't forget, not just to mention not on the offensive end, but also on the defensive end with high major guys. Why take the underdog mentality?
You can have a lot of stars on a team and not win games. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably our red flags that we can't finish in the playoffs. This year well, they say we can't finish in the playoffs, but like this year is like we just letting them talk basically. We just gonna let them talk, and we gonna show up on Friday nights and just see what and meet us in the middle of the hashes, and we just gonna ball out. Literally, that's how we gonna play this year. Meet us in the middle.
Give me a receiver that you kind of pattern your game and model your game after.
Um, Probably like Noah Thomas. He play at A&M now. He probably I think it's his third year. I watch a lot of him. We work out with the same guys. You know, he's a big receiver. He played just as aggressive. He goes get the ball just like I like to play. Like me and him is just identical. That's what I like to model my game on.
Obviously, you're committed to Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
When you make that decision, a Big 12 school, a team that you know that has pros. What about Baylor made the comfortable fit for you?
When you just get there and see like the offense, they have a new offense, new offensive coordinator, just the direction that they're going. Coach Baker is the receiver coach. He just one of the coaches that's like one of those uncles at the family reunion. But he's that 24/7. It's like no change in Coach Baker. Like he sees my strengths and he's gonna maximize my strengths. Literally, he wants me to come in, play early, and be ready to go day one. So
where do you feel like you fit in that when you watch Baylor? Where do you feel that you fit that you could kind of just be effective at day one?
Really just playing outside, just playing my game. Like the offense at my school is tweaked just a little bit at Baylor. It's probably is real identical there. So just getting there, learning the new playbook, just getting there. I'm familiar with the offense, just getting there and playing and just getting comfortable and just playing my game. You know, just staying in my lane, just playing me.
What do you believe Shadow Creek has to do to get to Jerry World to win a state championship? Not just get there, but to win a state championship. What does Shadow Creek have to do?
We got to win all 4 quarters. That's exactly how I got it. We got to win first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, and that's how we're going to get there. It's just going to be tough. Like, it sounds easy, you know, but, like, the kids at our school know about those 4 quarters that we do every day. And winning those quarters is going to help us win. It's going to get us to Jerry World, you know what I'm saying? It's going to get us there. Just got to win those 4 quarters.
You talk about Shadow Creek.
Yeah.
How confident are you in basketball?
Yeah,
right
the basketball team is, like, Prayers got them boys right. Like
how is Mr. Bryce Jackson looking?
He looking good. He back for sure.
He's back.
He back for sure.
He's back.
Yeah, he back. He's balling. He jumping high again. You know, he moving. Yeah, everything like.
Because
Bryce,
you know, he like when Bryce. Listen,
yeah.
I did my top 5 in 2025, but I didn't put him in there.
Yeah.
But like I have my right to reserve it
Yeah.
before the season in October trade. So like if Bryce Jackson is anywhere near Bryce Jackson, he's a top 5 player in this city and one of the best players in the state.
Facts.
So honestly, we're kind of just gonna have some play some quick hitters. Talk about your music taste, man. Music.
My music taste. I like Gunna.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of D-Baby. I listen to a lot of No Cap, a lot of Rilo. I like lyrical rappers. You know, like.
What about the lyrical rappers that you like more so other rappers?
I like some of the stuff these rappers be saying really like help me play. Like I you know, like I really like I really like listen to the lyrics and they just really help me go for real. I like listen to hearing it's like an art, you know, when rappers put them lyrics, like hidden lyrics, you know. I like that.
Give me one genre of music that's probably in your phone that nobody probably expect you to have. A musician or a genre of music?
They probably expect it, but gospel. I got a lot of gospel in my playlist.
Okay.
You know, my mom, we be listening to it every Sunday. Every Sunday morning, we be on my playlist listening to gospel. Okay, that was a good question. So pregame, I'm on really like some calm stuff. Like all the time, I'm on some calm stuff. Pregame, it's like. Probably closer to that kickoff time, I'll turn it up a little bit. You know, we go back in the locker room after warm ups. That's when the music is time. Like that's when that probably at YB got to come on during that time. But pregame, and then I'm probably playing some chill Gunna, probably D-Baby, you know, or and then in practice, like we probably don't get a lot of music, but when we do listen to music, it's probably gonna be some YB playing. in the locker room, probably like just getting us going, you know.
So I guess that kind of leads into another question.
Mm-hmm.
Give me pregame routine.
Mm-hmm.
Give me pregame meal.
So pregame meal, we eat. It's a team meal. So we eat Longhorn Steakhouse. It's like the grilled chicken, some mashed potatoes, green beans, some bread. Hey, bust every time, you know. And then we got so after that, we'll probably meet with the pastor, Carl. Go to the locker room, have some downtime before we head to the stadium. We get to the stadium, I'll lace up, get on the field, get some quick skill work, and you know, just some slight. I'm not on special teams like punt return and stuff like that, so I don't have to go out early, so I can get my own thing going, and then I just get to it. Like probably the receivers will come out, probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes on the clock, and that's game start like probably like an hour till 7. Get out there. Run out that tunnel, then it's time to go.
Biggest advice your brother gave you?
Let me think. He gave me a lot of advice. We talked a lot.
Yeah.
Let me see. Biggest advice he probably gave me was that's a good question. Biggest advice was probably playing like never play with nerves, like play loose, play free,
have fun with it.
So like, cause it's a lot of people that you'll warm up, you'll be turned before the game, you'll be locked in, it'll be all that. Well, it's a different ball game when the whistle finna blow. When the whistle blow and the crowd's cheering and it's fourth quarter and you got to make a play, like it's on you. Like you cannot be nervous, like you can't be like that build up. I used to have that. Okay. Coming in sophomore, freshman year, I used to have that little build-up that'll happen before a big moment, you know. My brother, it's like he played the same thing coming in high school when he used to play with Prez and play with Ramon Walker, play with them people, you know, like he had that build-up. He got to live up to his name, basically. And once you figure out to just play loose, to play like you're going to make mistakes happen. Like it's just how you, how you going to bounce back from the mistake. Like once you just realize that, you can just play and just be you, play your game, just get to it, just be in your bag, just get to it, get to work. Like it's gonna come second nature, it's gonna come.
Obviously, NIL deals. High school just got passed to play that in Florida. Yeah. What do you think should happen in the state of Texas?
I don't know what they waiting on. Like I honestly don't know what they're waiting on. I was talking to my friend about it the other day. I was like, watch. As soon as we leave high school, they gonna pass it. Watch. For all of the 2027s, 2026s, 2028s, they gonna pass it for them.
What do you believe what would happen if that would happen? Because I think I talked about it with somebody maybe yesterday, and they just believe, all the power go to one school.
Well, I guess it probably would. I don't know. I think it'd be cool if we had it. I think it'd be chill.
But how do you think they should? How do you think they should get paid though? Is it like according to how you're ranked, numbers? Like I would say this: if they had high school NIL a year ago in Texas, DJ Lagway probably should be the highest paid player. Nobody should make more money than him. Yeah. Like if you are, he should make at least $10,000 more than you. So how would you kind of just pay them though?
I would probably do it like. I think I would do it like I don't know, roster wise. Like I don't know how they would do it. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Probably we just have to. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was just saying what is outside of sports? What is things that you like to do?
I like to go shopping. You know, I like to put clothes on. I like to put pieces together. I like to just dress up. You know, what else I like to do? I like go-karts. You know,
okay.
I like. What else?
Are you on the game?
No, I play the game, but I'm not just like a game freak. You know?
Oh, okay.
So
that's surprising because a lot of people, are you getting the NCAA?
Of course.
Hold on.
Of course, I'm gonna get it.
I got a question. Does that mean you're not in it? You'll be in 26.
I'll be in 26. Yeah. I don't know how it will work. I think I'll be in 26 though for sure.
Yeah. You'll be in 26. You'll be in 26.
Yeah, I won't be in 25.
So I got a question. Are you gonna be one of them guys that boosts your stats all the way up?
Boost my stats for sure.
Trey, you gonna be a 99.
I'm gonna be a 99. I swear, I promise. I'm gonna be a 99.
Awareness, 99.
Everything.
Blocking, 99.
Facts.
So, besides the recreational stuff, like, with your schedule being so busy, like, what do you do to keep your mental health?
Just praying, once you have a relationship with God, it's just everything is smooth. You talk to Him about great things, bad things, the worst things, the greatest things. Like, it's anything you can talk to Him about, He gonna listen.
What's your advice to the younger athletes in position like you? What do you tell them? Because obviously, like I said, you already got great ones that go to your school, but obviously you see a plethora of others. What's the advice you give to young athletes?
It's really just like you got to find your lane. It's not about the person with the most scholarships or the most stars. Like the scholarships don't matter. You only can choose one.
Yeah.
And all you need is one. Like,
Okay.
Athletes think you need 30 offers, 40 offers, 20 offers just to look good. Like, I promise, you just need one great school, one school to fit you and your family. Like, everything you want in the school, it just got to fit you. And once you realize that you don't got to chase stars, you don't got to chase stats, you don't got to chase like popularity. It's not about none of that. It's just about getting to your grind, finding your pace, and just sticking to your pace, staying in your lane, and just going out there every day and being consistent. Like, that's it.
And I would just say my last question. I kind of ended like this a lot. Who was Ashton Jones? And say it in that camera.
I'm a player. Like, I'm a great person. I let it play football. I just let it compete. I'm a God-centered man, kid, 17-year-old, however you want to call it. Like, I just let it compete, work hard, and make my folks proud. That's it.
Man, throw out your Twitter, throw out your Instagram, throw out your TikTok, throw that all out.
My Instagram is Ashton Jones _8, and my Twitter is the Ashton Jones. TikTok is who is 8 for real, like FR. You know what I'm saying? So follow me on all socials.
Next time we do this, can we get Ja'Cory, Chris, and Raheem to
For sure. I get them all in here. You know me. I get them all in here.
Just shout them out, man. It's been another episode of the Easy Corner. My guest, the Baylor commit, the Shadow Creek wide receiver, 2025 on Ashton Jones. See you next time.